In teaching and learning, we need to be purposeful in starting out properly. If you have been in the school for a long time, then it is not too late. Every day, every week, every half term, every term and year is a point for you to start over as you intend to continue. We will be exploring some of the things that's worth considering to give you a footstep into starting out and having a successful year ahead of you. One of the first things to consider is to make sure that you have clear rules. These do not have to be many. I use 2, and my 2 rules are, the first one is positive attitude and behavior to learning. And this, for my students, mean 3 things. It means that students come to lesson prepared for learning with the right resources and the right attitude. It means that they're engaged completely in the learning activity to their very best. It also means that they're going to behave in a way that is acceptable, complying with the requests that's made of them. The second one is respect. This means that they're going to respect each other and be thoughtful. They're going to be allowing one person to speak at a time, and we're all going to be listening. And they're going to be treating the resources and the learning environment with respect. The second tip is to consider your classroom layout and your seating plan. Decide on the best layout for your classroom, which is most conducive to learning. This can be rearranged and transformed quite quickly for different learning activities. Be sure of where you have students sitting and who would benefit from sitting together or who would benefit from sitting apart. Designing a seating plan accordingly will be of benefit to you as you progress through the year. In co-ed schools, boys and girls sitting together generally works well. Tip number 3 is planning and resources. What we have to do is to ensure that we have well-planned and structured lessons, following the scheme of work and using pupils' data to inform the planning. We also need to ensure that we have resources that are readily available, such as equipment that pupils are going to be needing. Have spare ones available so that these can be loaned to pupils as needed, so that it does not distract or delay the learning process. Have equipment for those lessons that will need it, so specialized equipment. Organize and arrange and for those off chances where you might have been too busy and forgotten to bring them to the classroom, so that they're ready and easily accessible for you at any point that they are needed. Another tip to take in mind is using name cards. This is an easy way to get to know your pupils' names quickly, and to also be able to interact with them in the lesson by using their first name, so that it is more of an intimate learning experience for them. One way of doing this is to use some A4 cards, and you are able to cut these into pieces and then be able to make some placemats for them to write their names on. Have them put their names on it and keep this on the desk in front of them at a place where you can see it quite clearly. What you then need to do is, as the process of period of time progresses and you then realize that you know their names, they can then pack away their name cards. And this will help you to get on top of knowing their names, identifying pupils, directing your questions appropriately, and work and manage your classroom more effectively. One tip to understand also is that pupils appreciate when they are being addressed by their names, and when teachers are making that effort to do that from early. It also gives you the opportunity to know when pupils are not sitting in the places where they should, and it avoids the loss of valuable time when you are starting out at the beginning of the term. The next tip I want to give you is about behavior management. Be clear to have a clear expectation from your students, and ensure that your behavior management strategies include the school's behavior policy. Ensure that students are clear on what you expect of them. Plan in time within your lesson to teach students what you require them to do, and do not assume that they will know what you expect of them. This saves a lot of heartache later on. Be prepared to be firm from the first day until you have the behaviors that you are expecting from pupils. In the classroom, you are the pilot with the responsibility of flight's transition and successful arrival. Be firm, be clear, be fair, and most importantly, make sure that you follow through. Getting off to a good start is important as you get through the year. Students are often well behaved the first week or the first few weeks back. They are fresh back, and where teachers are new, they are testing the boundaries and their limits. Be clear, firm, fair, and follow through, because this will reduce the number of challenges that you will have to overcome later on in the academic year. Make sure that whatever you do your best for the benefit and outcomes of your pupils.